Illinois state lawmakers are back to the drawing board on trying to come up with regulations for data centers. They couldn't get a single plan across the finish line, all aimed at one big question: how much these centers could end up costing you on your electric and on your water bills. Schutz is here to explain exactly why it's stalled, and also, Paris, we want to know what comes next now.
Yeah, Stephen, this is an issue that unites Illinoisans on all sides of the political spectrum. You've seen those angry town hall meetings, residents debating these giant data centers sprouting up like weeds in their communities. So Illinois lawmakers had some proposals to rein them in. But as they did with the Bears, those lawmakers punted.
We just weren't there this session.
Illinois House Speaker Chris Welch says he didn't have the votes to push new regulations on data centers. So residents will have to wait until at least next fall for action.
These complex legislative issues take time, and I do think we're going to eventually get there. And when we get there, it's going to be done right.
Among the proposals, restrictions on water and energy usage, including a law that would mandate data centers generate their own electricity, or at least enough to offset what they use from the grid. Sarah Moskowitz with the Citizens Utility Board says it can't come soon enough, as power rates head ever higher.
Last June, our ComEd bills skyrocketed. They went up again this June 1st, and that is largely because of the impact that data center demand for electricity is having on the wholesale markets.
Yes, your energy bills are soaring, but don't blame data centers, says Brad Tietz, who's Midwest director of the Data Center Coalition.
When you think about inflation, the need to modernize our grid, extreme weather events we're trying to modernize the grid for. So there's a number of different things.
Tietz also says data centers use less water than developments like golf courses, car washes, or manufacturing plants. On May 30th, a coalition of environmental and consumer groups rallied, hoping lawmakers would at least put a 2-year pause on data center tax incentives. Right now, they get sales tax breaks on construction and equipment and a rebate of up to 20% on labor costs. The total incentives add up to nearly $1 billion since 2019, according to a 2025 state government report. Moskowitz says she's disappointed lawmakers failed to act.
We need a minute to figure out how to move forward and make sure that these data centers are added to the system without impacting Illinoisans adversely.
So this isn't over. A source in the governor's office says expect Pritzker to announce possible ways to pause those tax incentives on his own without going through the General Assembly. We could hear that announcement later this week, and that could put a halt to the development of some of those data centers that we've seen all over the region. Now, remember, Pritzker was in favor of those tax incentives back in 2019. He has since changed his tune. Stephen?
Interesting. All right. Schutz with the story for us. Paris, thank you so much. Appreciate it.